Ah. To all the parents out there who have ever had children and the children have ever been a handful and or rebellious, my hat goes off to you, because parenting really is not for the faint of heart. To all the women out there who have ever had a husband or a partner who has cheated on them, my heart goes out to you. I'm sorry that you have a bad man picker. To all of the women out there who've ever been raped, I am sorry. That's not fun. And no matter what condition you were in, you don't deserve that. Nobody deserves that. And all of the men out there who are aggressive and who have ever violated a woman or a man or a child, you're going to have to meet God someday. Yep. And you know your own conscience of what you've done and why you did it. So all those men out there that hate women, and want to damage women, Women are the flowers of the earth. Women are meant to be treated with love and gentleness, because if you're not careful with a woman can turn into someone like Lorena Bobbitt, a daughter of Eve, according to the Bible. Eve is the mother of all living, so somewhere in Eve's DNA there was the gene that produced a woman like Lorena Bobbitt. Anyways, God, I remember my ex making me watch Silence of the Lambs. Ugh. Now we're back to some happier thoughts. Going on to listen to Elihu. I like that name, Elihu. Elihu. Elihu? Elijah? Elisha? Prophets. The youth are prophetic. They just are. Because they're our future. So they get to determine what our future looks like. They just do. Then Elihu said, "Hear my words, you wise men." Oh wait, we already did that one. Chapter 35. Then Elihu said, "Do you think this is just? You say, I will be cleared by God. Yet you ask him, what profit is it to me, and what do I gain by not sinning? I would like to reply to you and to your friends with you. Look up at the heavens and see. Gaze at the clouds so high above you. If you sin, how does that affect him? If your sins are many, what does that do to him? If you are righteous, what do you give to him? Or what does he receive from your hand? Your wickedness affects only a man like yourself, and your righteousness only the sons of men. Men cry out under a load of oppression." Some men actually do. They are really oppressed. There's minorities. There are men who are oppressed. Their voices are shut down. Trump is an oppressor. He shuts people's voices down quite often. I've been oppressed before by a dictator. Told me to shut up and sit down quite often. Oppression's not fun. Living under oppression is almost as bad as living. It is. It's bad. It's bad. it's like living under a depression. It can make you feel depressed and invisible. Makes you feel like you don't count for anything. But anyways, men cry out under a load of oppression. They plead for relief from the arm of the powerful. But no one says, "Where is God, my maker, who gives songs in the night, who teaches more to us than to the beasts of the earth, and makes us wiser than the birds of the air?" He does not answer when men cry out, because of the arrogance of the wicked. Indeed, God does not listen to their empty plea. The Almighty pays no attention to it. How much less then will he listen when you say that you do not see him, that your case is before him and you must wait for him, and further, that his anger never punishes. Yes, God's anger punishes. I've been punished by God. Yes, I've been punished severely. I'm kicked out of heaven. Like my concept of heaven, where I get to be restored and reunited with my loved ones, and we're all happy and no more crying and tears and anger and all that. So, I guess, God's pretty harsh, unless he changes people's hearts. And further, that his anger never punishes, and he does not take the least notice of wickedness. So Job opens his mouth with empty talk. Without knowledge, he multiplies words. So the multiplying of words is like telling a story through a phone ear-to-ear thing, and then by the time it gets all the way around back to the original storyteller, people have changed some details. As an example, I was trying to apologize to my brother for an incident we had as kids when we got in a fight. He ruined my first playhouse that I set up, and we were poor little kids, and I was really, really angry. I was probably about 6 or 7, and he's 5 years older than me. And we got in this big fight, and I remember picking up a milk crate and hitting him in the face with it, and it knocked out his tooth, and he swallowed his tooth, and I got in big trouble, as I should. So I held that guilt for a long time, and I went back to apologize to him, and he went, "Yeah, whatever. I was trying to save your life. You were playing in a bunch of chicken shit." We were kids. And I said, "Well, I'm sorry I ever thought you were Satan growing up. I know you're not Satan. I lived with Satan for 8 months. Schizophrenic, autistic guy." "Yeah, whatever." And I said, "But do you know your sister's the Antichrist? With a capital THE?" He goes, "You can't say that. You can't be saying that." I'm like, "Well, I just did. I just said it. I'm a creative writer. It's just a character in a group of books written by a bunch of men with an agenda to erase women and mothers." I got that much figured out while at the U of O. Oh, and then my brother's memory is a little spotty because he also told me that the wart that was on my chin when I was a little redheaded girl was black with a white hair coming out of it. No, it wasn't. I have a picture to prove it. It was just a flesh-colored wart that got burned off by a doctor because the kids in school called me a witch, and I went home crying, and my mama called the doctor, and the doctor said, "Bring her on in and we'll burn off that wart on her chinny chin chin." And they hid the evidence. But it's okay, because some higher power out there is confirming something, because I now live across the street from a woman whose legal name is Snow White. I've cleaned her bathroom. So God's pulling a joke on me somehow. So God's a big trickster in the sky. That's what I think. I think God's a big trickster, like a jester. He's a joker. He's got the ace in the hole and the king and the queen and the chess game all figured out. And God saved the queen. Yes. Yep. And off with her head. And she's lost her marbles. Actually, Emily Dickinson said that you can tell when you've read some really good poetry, it feels like the top of your head lifts off. Isn't that a beautiful way to describe the feeling of hearing something that makes the top of your head feel like it's lifting up?